Well, hello, hello, hello. We're live at Father Fish. Give it a 5 minute jump here. Hi, Alice K. Nice to see you. We're still celebrating Valentine. Hey, Cody son. Let's see if we got things working right here. I guess. What's going on? Jubilos. Hi there. Dedican, hello. Hey, Stumpy. The babies are in the top tank. We'll get them down a little later. They're uh, they're getting better. They're still babies. Hi, Papa Shrimp. We're getting a little bit of a jump on today. And notice the signal is still really blurry. We're just not getting a great picture. It's not bad. We think we know what the problem is, and it should not be an issue today because it's a function of interference, and there's just nobody around today. So we're not going to have the problem. So we're doing Valentine's extended. We kept the Valentine set up, put the goldfish back in the tank, and we have the parrotlets. So they'll be coming out a little later to say hello and probably fly away again, as is their wont. In the meantime, let's see. Alice says her English is bad. Now that's funny. Where are you from, Alice? Do. The babies are, I guess, 5, going on 6 weeks. Almost 6 weeks. Norway. Oh my. I had a fellow contact me who came on the stream about a week ago. Let me see if I can find him. He is, I think, from Norway or maybe Sweden. He found an old book. It's a book written in 18 or published in 1869 by, I believe, a Swedish gardener on setting up and maintaining a fish tank. And he does it not using any kind of tropical species, but all native species, including invertebrates. Just absolutely fascinating. I'm going to try to find some of that conversation I've been having with him. Doobie doo. Tommy Den Tommy Denda. Tommy Denda. Um, we're trying to get publishing information on the book. It's been out of print for a long time. And he sent me a couple of pages, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to work with him. He's trying to translate it, and we're going to try to get the book, try to get some videos done of it because it's really remarkable. It's a a fish nut from 175 years ago. So Debbie's leaving. She's only got 10 minutes left on her lunch. Glad you stopped by, Deborah. Nice to see you. Hi, James. Dan Gallagher is here. We're getting a nice little group in. Good to see you all. Joel Jay-Z is here. Hello, Joel. 22 watching. Excellent. Forget that. Let's see. How we doing on the thumbs up button? We got 14. So I want to do one more thing today that kind of got messed up on Friday because the transmission was so awful. I wrote a poem for the Fish Fam girls, and I'm going to read it again today, and hopefully we've got a good channel, and it'll be a nice broadcast. And I think I I know Alice will love it. I think everybody else will too. She's already posted a heart. Yeah, that's going to be nice. So we'll wait a little bit to do that. The mix of club soda per gallon for CO2. Good, James. Glad you asked. I don't have the formula in front of me. I will have to get it. We've got a couple of doctors in our club, MDs, who are all big on plants, and they're using soda water, bottled soda water, as CO2 injection. They buy a small bottle of soda water and use a third of a cup for 20 gallons every other day. Third of a cup for 20 gallons every other day. And it has the same effect as injecting CO2 in the tank. And of course, it's a whole lot cheaper. Good morning, redfish, bluefish. Nice to see you. You're doing CO2 injection. By the way, redfish, I love your plants. Your tanks are so exquisite. They really are amazing. I'm looking forward to your redoing the substrate. I think you'll be able to deal with that algae problem. The enriched soil, the soil supplements that are available in bags are a good product, but they really have to be kept. It's really important to keep the nutrients in the substrate and not in the water column. And if you don't cap it, then you've got the nutrients in the water column. And that's what causes all kinds of algae problems and other bloom issues. Alice says to Daniken, we're in Norway. Do you have family? That's interesting. James is asking a question. Scenic pets and aquariums. What's the question? I don't know. When I have to go back and try to pick up a conversation, it gets really slow. I need to stop doing that because it's kind of hopeless. The old school ADA just had so much organic material in it. Yes, it does. It's a great product. It really is a good product. But the guys who developed it did not understand that nutrients belong in the substrate, that's the function of the substrate and not in the water column. If the substrate is working properly, it's pulling nutrients out of the water column, keeping the water column relatively pure. That's the importance of sand, 2 inches of sand on top of enriched soil or any kind of enriched substrate. Try to teach that to some hard head who's convinced they know better than anybody else. Oh well. Justin B, hello. Nice to have you with us. BCFR Aquatics. Hi there. Deborah's asking Andy if their club's in Millington. Don't know where Millington is. Uh, let's see. See if I missed anything. Don't think so. Hurry and read it before. I think we're okay, Alice. Let me see what we got here. We're going to do it. She wants me to read the poem before the stream goes down. No, we're pretty clean so far. And I've been online now for about an hour, and it's holding pretty steady. Nevertheless, for your benefit and your benefit alone, Alice, we're going to read the ode to Fish Fam Gals. Now, if you want to find this, it's located on my channel homepage under the community button. So you can go there and click on that comment, and it'll bring the whole thing up. So for Alice and all the other Fish Fam girls, this is a belated Valentine's wish, like Father Fish 2020. Fish Fam girls are our first love. They fill our lives with joy. Their beauty, charm, and generous ways bless our precious, special world. Fish Fam girls are busy bees. They keep us striving to achieve more than we ever thought we could. More than we ever thought we could. Fish Fam girls are the heart and soul of our chats, our videos, our fish rooms, and our desire to share our fishy ways. Without them, we would be alone, hidden in our little fish tank caves. Fish Fam girls, they celebrate with us. They give us cheers. They tease. They laugh. They love. How much we cherish and are filled with love for the Fish Fam girls among us. Fish Fam girls are our Valentines today, and we hope they will be with us in all the days to come. Thank you, Fish Fam girls. Oh, Alice, you're so sweet. Well, to start a club in Mississippi, what a great idea. Now, the goldfish, for those of you who don't know, these are super fancy goldfish from Living Waters, which is located in Texas. They are a farm owned by two Chinese brothers who emigrated here in order to bring the world famous Chinese stock to the US. And we are, I believe, the very first shop to be able to feature their fish. And this is all thanks to Amanda, who is Precious Tranquility. She has been a fish femme girl of great and wondrous acclaim, who has adored this channel from the beginning and has done so much to be kind and helpful and supportive and just enormously generous. And we certainly do very much appreciate Precious Tranquility and all that she does for us. She's not here right now. She just sent me a note saying that she's taking her son to a boxing match. And I'm sure she's thrilled at the prospect. She said she would try to have fun, but she's a good mom and is being a good mom to her 15-year-old son. All right, where are we? Redfish, bluefish. Thank you so much. How generous of you. That's very kind. He says, stick this in the deep sand bin fund. Thanks for all you do, dear fishy friend. I'll do it. I need to get more product, so that'll go right into that fund. Thank you again very much. And I so enjoy your channel. I missed it Friday. I was exhausted. I've been on new medication and it just kind of knocked me for a loop. But I'm feeling much better. The reaction to the medication has settled down. I seem to be doing a whole lot better. Emilio Ernez has a saltwater tank. I've got a bunch of saltwater, Emilio, and I have not featured it. I will be doing that shortly. I'm just kind of getting it built back up. In fact, I'm expecting one of my volunteers to show up here any minute with shrimp to feed our seahorses. We just got a bunch of seahorses in Friday, and he's out trying to catch shrimp for them. So if he shows up while we're online, I'll get my phone hooked up and we'll go look at the shrimp and at the seahorses. So that will be fun. For those of you who are not familiar with redfish bluefish, he is a, how can I phrase this? He's an amateur scientist extraordinaire who has set up a laboratory to be able to do plant, what's it called? Plant section, plant growth, um, sterile plant growth by cutting the plants down to the nub and getting those little nubs started, and then expanding that process. He's done a couple of videos so far, a couple of live streams actually, and it's amazingly interesting. It's also a tissue culture. Thank you, Chevy Fish. He's doing tissue culture. It's amazingly time consuming and has created some classroom teasing that that has left me rolling on the floor. Cichlids 23, missed you Friday, had a raging headache. Somebody said, yeah, you didn't miss a lot. It would have been awful if you had tried to watch it. The signal, well, let's see, you're talking about redfish, bluefish. Yeah, I did a stream too on Friday, and mine got messed up. And by the time redfish, bluefish came up, I was dead to the world. So I just kind of gave it up. He says, often I just tinker and hurt myself. I know what that's like. Kaler, yeah, his streams are well worth watching. And he's got beautiful tanks, beautiful guppies, extraordinary guppies. Just really quite a very effective fish keeper. He needs a fish room. Redfish Bluefish does not have a fish room. He needs a fish room. He's got so much going on. He could fill a fish room with amazing stuff. Natural, just subscribe to him. Yeah, great channel. Thoroughly enjoy him. See, Chevy is here, I think, or is he? No, he's not. He's posting something. I got kind of lost track. Andy, hello, Andy. Oh, Precious is here. Thank you so much. You see your fish? You got your fish here, and the little birds are here. Let's take one of them down. These are the. Oh dear. Yeah, I know. You're just hungry. You just want me to feed you, don't you? I gotta hold on to him because he will try to fly away. But we'll try to give you. If I can hold his feet. Let's see if I can grab his toes. Come on, 2 feet on the finger. You don't want to do it, do you? 2 feet on the finger. 1. Come on. I got 1. Yeah, you're trying awful hard, aren't you? Yes. There we are. If I can hold on to him, won't be able to fly away. Look at that. Look at that. Aren't you sweet? Such a good boy. Just sitting there like you had good sense. And he's hungry. He wants to be fed. I know. He's biting my finger because he wants food. I know. Poor you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Fisher and Fever. Thank you so much. Beards of a feather. That's funny. Thank you, Fisher and Fever. That's very generous of you. I do appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. What do you? I'm not going to let go of you because you will fly away. He has all of his flight feathers trimmed, clipped even, except for the 2 pin feathers at each end, and he still flies. Yeah. Look, say hello to everybody. Say hello. Hello. We need to name these birds. I think they're going to be sold today. They're both available. We put some ads up today. Oh, here is. How'd you do?
I got not as many as I thought.
You got some. We got some shrimp for the seahorses. Well, that's cool. Let's do this. Let's put these guys back. Check on my. Chase just came in, and he's been out all morning and half the afternoon catching shrimp. He got some. So we're going to go look at his shrimp, and then we're going to feed him the seahorses. Alice would love to sell them to you. And let's see, what I want to try to do is get online. I need to find it. I need to go here, here, here. Here. Now let me post the link. And click on the link. And I'm going to have to get away from here quickly, or I will. You know what? I should be able to mute. Yeah, once I get up. Let's see. Entering the broadcast. Good. Loading. Good. See if it's loading. Loading, loading, loading. Not loading by much. Okay, we're there. Back facing camera. I never know back face or forward face. Okay, good. Enter broadcast. And we are there. We're going to add in. Okay, turn the volume off. there. And okay, look what I did. And we're going to get away from the computer. And we're going to go with the shrimp and the seahorses, because that'll be great fun. What? Oh, that's perfect. We have shrimp. Anything else? Just those few hermit crabs. Very cool. Yeah, it's early in the season yet. You know what's in there? A pregnant pipefish. See them over there? And there's also a sea slug. What's that called? Can't remember. That's moving around. See him? Okay, bring him in. We're gonna come. Oh look! Oh look! He's up and looking. He's ready. Look at that. This is a pregnant daddy. We have two pregnant daddies. That's one. And there are a total of 5 in here. I have to find them. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's one with great extensions. I think. Now, these extensions occur when the seahorse is living in like a grass bed. And you'll see these extensions. That's kind of cool. And there's one over there. This red light is a little difficult to see. Let's go ahead and dump everything in. Bring it down here, I guess, and just dump it all in. Water and everything. Then we'll try to track it.
Little fish right here. I didn't know what kind it was.
Let me see. Yeah, it's a good chance I don't want it. Can you catch it?
Right there. Right along the back.
Oh, it's a goby. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be okay. Watch the top there. Okay, I think there's one more shrimp. Got him. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh, there they go. They're all moving over there. Lots and lots of them. That's wonderful. The seahorses are going to love it. So you went a couple of different places. How did it go down on the beach road?
It wasn't like the grass that I was thinking it would be.
It's winter, yeah.
Yeah, there's little grass, but
Right.
most of it's like algae, like
Yeah, just slimy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messy. It's going to be that way for another month, and then that grass will start coming back. So we get back in there this like March, April, like April. March will be a little difficult still. Well, I need to pay your gas.
Okay.
To give you some gas money because you've been running around all day today, and I do appreciate it.
Yep.
I was worried about these seahorses because they
Thank you.
if they don't eat for 3 or 4 days, they start to go down.
Really?
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Yeah. I didn't see any seahorses. Just those
Didn't you?
planes.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of they gather by the moon, particularly the dwarf seahorses. You sometimes you can run across this huge schools of them, but it's only on a new moon.
Yeah.
Now we can take trips up to Big Pass, up at the Longboat Key Bridge, the South Bridge. There's some amazing collecting up there. We'll try to do that at that trip. So we'll get that together one of these days.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your help today.
All right.
Put the net and the for me,
Okay,
please.
yeah, that's right.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye. All right. We're back. There. How is that? I'm getting a little better with this. A little. Taylor, thank you very much for your gift. Father, your channel has quickly become my go-to to reference, and I look forward to the streams. Blessed to have you in our community. Thank you so much, Taylor. I deeply appreciate that. And it brings up an interesting point for me. I'm glad you said what you did. Because for the until I hit 1,000, I was just busily engaged in trying to get enough product up to be able to have some kind of a decent library. And it worked out pretty well. But then when I hit 1,000, I kind of ran out of steam and couldn't figure out what to do next. What's up?
Can I measure that tank?
Oh yeah, right. Should be right there. Chase is looking at a fish tank out here. So, and I'm struggling with that still. So that's why I've not done a lot of posting this month because I haven't really figured out what direction to go in yet. I'm trying to get my brain wrapped around it. But I do appreciate what you're saying. Oh, there's some good conversation on Goldfish. And I know that Precious Tranquility is excited about that because that's her all time favorite conversation. And avocation. She has an amazing avocation. Uh, as another um, amateur scientist who's trying to be a real scientist, actually working through a local university to develop the genetics of goldfish, which is an amazing project. Heaven Bound Farm, welcome, welcome. Got some folks coming in. Aren't seahorses very sensitive to change on the water? Alice says. You know, I've not found that they are. What they're sensitive to is food or the lack thereof. Um, I have found them in all kinds of environments. I've found them in freshwater, saltwater, and everything in between. And here in the same area. Hello, how are you guys?
Doing good.
Good.
To get some fish.
Okay.
Have you found a 100-gallon yet, or 125-gallon?
I've got one coming in. It's actually bigger. It's a 250. That may be too big for you. I don't have. No, I've got this 50 here that
Yeah, I'm
Chase
trying to
is
get
looking
like
at.
100, 125.
Nothing yet, but I know it'll come in.
I know it will.
Just keep an eye out.
You look like a lion.
Make sure he gets some.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already in the treasure chest. We have a treasure chest that's Nemo's treasure chest for the little kids, and it's filled with precious jewels and diamonds and gold and fossils and shark's teeth and all kinds of wonderful things that 5 and 6 year olds adore. And they come in, they drive by, mommy, mommy, mommy. Got to stop in and visit Nemo's treasure chest. So we just had a little 4-year-old here rubbing around in they get 2 jewels every time they come in, 2 jewels. Only 2. All right, let me back up a little bit and see if I can catch up. Taylor, I did thank you for your gift. So nice. Thank you. All set?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care, Chase. Oh, A blackberry? No, it's not a blackberry. It's uh, common, whatever it's called. Not a blackberry. Chewy saying, ba, 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 that another genetically modified fish species, will be in the American market come fall, and it is not a glowfish. You betcha. And that's what I think. Uh, oh, Precious was responding to Kaler. Very nice. Thank you, guys. So I'm just trying to get my kid wrapped around what to do next. Now I know part of what I need to do is to reinforce the lessons. I need to go back and look at everything I've done and try to do it better and try to reinforce it. That was really the purpose of the video I did this week, talking about deep sand substrate of all things, and showing all the tanks with it, just to reinforce it and to say it one more time in another way. Because that's kind of the issue, really, is to keep promoting this until people finally begin to understand that it not only is something you can do, but really should do if you want to have a really spectacular, spectacular tank, a natural tank. And I guess if anything, that's more than anything else what I'm promoting is natural tanks. It's going to be really exciting to see what Lucas does once he gets moved, whenever that happens. If he goes to the islands, he's going to be in a position to be able to do a lot of outdoor stuff, outdoor tanks and ponds and whatnot. It should be really exciting seeing him begin to raise a lot of these fish in a totally natural environment. Oh, what else? Blessed Sunday to you too, Carl. Kaler, 180-gallon tank is cycled, continues for weeks now with a bacteria bloom. Well, that's interesting. It's probably it's probably not bacteria. Um, Bacteria would get better or it would get worse. It would not stay the same. It would either clear up or it would get worse. If it's hazy, it may be that you have used sand. If you've got sand in there that has clay in it, clay is such a tiny particulate that it can literally float in the environment. Try to do sponge filters or some other kind of filter that's going to take out really tiny particulate matter and see if that isn't the issue. And keep me posted. That's an interesting problem. My experience is that bacteria blooms either get better or they get worse, and they do so in fairly short order. Whereas haze, due to early onset of green water, which can look like haze, but turns green in a week or so, or very fine particulate matter that maybe is being stirred up by the flow of water. Try, if you've got a hangover, the back, turn it off. That and see if that solves the problem. I almost jumped ahead. I need to catch myself. I just saw Chevy Fish's note, nudibranch. Yes, that's right. It's a nudibranch. Thank you. A baby nudibranch. They get pretty big. They can get almost monstrous. I've seen them nearly a foot long, and that's a little tiny baby. Uh, it's a swimming slug too. It has kind of wings on it, and it flutters along in the water. Now, what, Chewy, are you talking about? Science update from the dark web. Donald, there's Precious is saying she would totally eat a salmon heel. Don't know what a salmon heel is. Parrotlet and a linny together. I don't know what a linny is. What is a linny? Salmon crossed with the DNA of an eel. Now that sounds a little odd. Uh, is that what? Come on. Oh, for food. Amazing. Teach on every string. Well, thank you, Kayla. We're gonna make sure you hit the channel. Yes, thank you, please. Can we see the bluebird? Yes, we'll see the bluebird, Alice. Absolutely. Would not keep it from you. Let's see what else I missed. Nothing much. Donald Fish Vibes. Deepening and have 4 big sponges and 2 110s. Hank, turn off the hang on the backs. Just use a sponge. See if that clears it up. You don't think it's a sand. That's interesting. It may be that the hang on the back is keeping it in suspension. Remove the plant pot. Clay will do it. Oh, lineated parakeet. Oh, I knew what that is. The Catarina parakeet. Yeah, they're good with most any small birds. Salmon eel would be amazing smoked. Ooh, okay. Alice, we're doing it right now. The blue one. Here we go. Look at them. Look at them up there. All right. All right. Come here, you. Oh, all right. Let's see if I can grab hold of your toe so you can't fly away. I know. And you're going to try, aren't you? You guys. There. Oh, stop it. Just calm down. Calm down. Say hello. Be a good boy. Yes. Be a good boy. Say hello to everybody. Slow down. We're not going anywhere. You're not going to fly away. Look. Look at you. Where's the cameras? Look at you. Yes. Yes. Somebody's saying hello. This sounds like Valerie out there. Is that Valerie? Yeah. There, Alice. Somebody's talking to my bird. I think the bird's talking to my bird. We have another bird out there talking to us. Uh-oh. Got him. All right, back you go. You guys are not to be trusted yet. Got him. Somebody is teasing me. They're out there by the bird, and they're not making themselves visible. And they're chatting away like a bird. And I know who it is, too. Funny people. Hit the like button. Let's see if I've hit the like button. Whoops. I think I have, but maybe I haven't. Yes, I have. Yeah, they are cute. They're so cute. Just neat little birds. They are friendly. They're very chatty. Well, hello. We have a little. Where's Tom? Is Tom here? I don't see him. Did you see Tom? Did you get
some of your fish?
Okay. All right. We're gonna go do fish. What time is it? How are we doing? Got plenty of time. 2:30. All right. I'm gonna get back on the camera, and we're gonna go out, and we're going to look at some fish. Let's see if I can. What? Hi there. How are you? The little 4-year-old there. I don't dare. I don't dare take his picture because I don't want to get.
Out here.
I don't want to get demonetized here. So did I do it? Come on, we can do it. I have to copy and paste. Copy, paste, and check. And there it is. And there we are. So now we're going to go back online. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else in chat here that I need to catch up with before I go. Don't think so. All right, I'm going to turn, let's see now. I'm going to turn the sound off here. And okay. Right. Let's go do something here.
Hello. You're welcome. Thank you.
You're busy talking to the bird there.
Yeah. I want a bird, but I'm not allowed to have it right now.
I've got these really pretty little babies.
I saw
Yeah, they're so cute. So what are you looking at?
So what kind of fish are these? I have an angelfish and I just got some grommies and I don't want nothing that's gonna.
These are a Tanganyika cichlid.
Okay.
Um,
I figured that they were a type of cichlid.
They might be a little aggressive. What size tank do you have?
55.
You know,
I
you
got
could.
some eels too. And I don't.
What kind of eel?
I got a fire eel, a tire track eel.
They're going to get big enough to eat these guys.
Okay. I thought so. I
Um,
didn't know if these were like full
Now
grown. I
these
just
will
haven't
be
been
okay.
through.
These are pollen red salvinis.
Yeah, because I catch these behind my house like all the time.
What else have I got?
Because I also want to get some
Small
more
stuff.
angelfish.
You want to do angels? Okay.
Yeah, I love my angels.
All right.
I saw your big cichlid. I was like, ooh, a big cichlid.
Got a few in here. Most of them are
I
over
wanna get
here.
This white one, this pure white one.
Oh, all right.
And then there was some over
Okay.
here. And
Need a
is
net.
there 5 or?
These are 10.
Okay.
You want to hold this?
Yeah. How much should?
No,
Oh, your
the
phone?
camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can look at the fish.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can catch it.
See, I bought a baby bristle nose pleco, and it has not grown at all, or it doesn't have any of the little bristles
Well, it might
on
be a
its face.
female.
Oh. Get in there. Like, no.
I got the wrong net here.
She's playing you.
Yeah.
Not today.
You got it? I got it.
No, there's some more angels over here that I was eyeballing.
Oh, okay. Let's put them in a bigger bag.
Okay. Yeah. I have a long ride all the way back out to Inglewood.
Okay, show me what else.
Okay. It's so big. Let's see, where'd he go?
What's this doing here?
I have no idea. I haven't touched him. This. Okay. On strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, come up to me. Yeah, you right Nope, he is not happy.
You see him?
He's
He
right.
went all the way.
The one he gets
Yeah,
the stripes.
so-
Yeah. Yeah, he's hiding from it. He's in, come back to the States. Nope. Where'd he go?
That one.
Yeah, he's back there now. The striped one.
Yep. He's 20.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's a big one.
I think he moved back over here. So many plants. He's right here.
Your net's tangled up.
Yeah. That one. They're so hard to catch. Oh, yeah, there is. Got him.
I'll get it.
Oh, you
I
got
get
it?
it. Yeah. Is that it?
I think it'll like get a baby, but the last baby I got, my fish thought it was food.
Oh no.
Yeah, mine are food. I don't want to get a baby. What is this thing?
That's an African lung,
How big do they get?
about 2 foot.
It's horrible. I saw them. I was like, I've never seen anything like that before. Marco. Hello.
What's on here? Hi.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Hey, boys.
MJ, what you got? You looking at the birdies? DJ.
Okay. I need to get up front. I got messed here.
Watch out.
Give me 1 second. Let's see. All right, I'm back. The camera went just bizarre. Um, let me go ring these people up and I'll be right here.
Is gonna be enough water for them?
Yeah. Air is more important than
Oh,
water.
what's it?
20 and 10. 32 10.
40 on
Okay.
Oh, it's all right.
You want one more? I'll give you one more for 10. Make it even.
Okay.
Okay. See.
More fish is always good.
Right. Need my big net.
my package will be in by the beginning of next month.
Get your bag.
Because I saw someone online that was selling a nice 150-gallon tank with a stand for $2,000. I'm like, you're crazy.
Thank you.
Sell it. That would be
Bye-bye.
great.
Oh God, in heaven. I'm back. Phew. Chevy's talking about clipping. Yeah, we don't want to clip blood feathers. That's a matter of clipping them too close. And I always leave the outer flight feathers on, but unfortunately, it still allows them to fly a bit. They it looks a lot better. They don't look chopped up. Hi, Crystal. Nice to see you, Crystal. Nice to have you here. All right, let me back up a bit, see what I missed. JN's getting his live stream ready. We'll catch you down the line. JN, thanks for stopping in. Heavenbound Farm. Joe Miller already liked. What else? Yeah, they can still fly with their wings clipped. It's because I did not clip the outer flight wings, as Chevy Fish has so dutifully explained. What else? Oh, the bag we're taking fish home would actually probably ship for a couple of days. Yeah, true enough, Kaylor. So long as there's air in there, they can last a long time. Frontwear wearable live streaming camera. Yeah, Precious was looking at one for that. And that's really needs to be my next purchase. So I can just click that on and off. It'll make this whole thing of going back into the store so much better. Angie Argyle used to raise parrotlets. They are such a sweet bird. I just really enjoy them. Kaylor, freshwater clams. I've had freshwater clams breed in my tanks. I'll find clams a year or two after I put them in there, and they're little tiny things. So they tend to do well. They will die, of course, but I've never had a problem with pollution. But then with the deep sand bed, you don't have that problem because all of that material goes down in and it gets broken down. Yeah, that's true, Kaylor. Clams will do a nice job of clearing out the water. I just got some oysters. Somebody brought me a couple of batches of oyster that um, that I'm real excited about. I wonder if I can get rid of this. You might. I've got that on my saltwater, of course, not in the freshwater. Against the flow. Yeah, one of the fun things about the shop is because the tanks are planted. Mr. B had an interesting comment this week when I did my video on deep substrate. He said that this fish store is full of home aquariums. And he really nailed it because that's true. That's really what I try to do is set each one of those systems up as aquariums, as something you would want to have in your home. Now they're not always, and not all of them are gorgeous. In fact, probably most of them are not, but they all have a substrate that have plants in them, some kind of decoration, hardscape, whatever. Need video of the clam. Anyway, people come in here. The more astute the fish keeper is, the more time they spend, and they find more fish, because a lot of these guys will hide behind a plant when they see somebody they're unfamiliar with. They're like little puppy dogs or other kinds of animals. They're shy, they're reclusive, but they will come out once they feel safe. Let's see. Rowan J said he saw raisin barbs and others in the wild. Very cool. Crystal said hello, hello, hello. Hello to you. Nutrifin. Let's see. Want to jump down here. Tommy Denda, can you talk a bit about the book? Yeah, I did before you came in. I will some more. Um, and I want you to chime in, Tommy, because you're just going to be an important part of this story. I mentioned earlier, Tommy found a book published in 1867, I believe, by a gardener, and it's all about keeping an aquarium of local critters. He's translated a few pages from Swedish, I guess, into English. It's fascinating reading. We're going to try to get more of it. If you can talk about what you've learned as to the provenance of the book and uh, our ability to use it, that would be helpful. Because I want to move forward on this. It's an exciting and very interesting piece of of tropical fish history that I think is going to be really helpful to be able to tell that story. Gallagher, hello. He was setting up fish tanks as a young boy. Tommy. Well, when you sent me that material, it took me back to my childhood. I remember spending a summer at my grandparents, my father's parents, and they lived in a little suburban village with a creek running through. And I was in that creek day one, pulling all kind of stuff out. My grandfather bought me a tank, a little 5 gallon that I kept on the bureau in my bedroom. And everything I caught, I put in the tank. And it was a wonderful summer. I don't know what kind of fish, darters, I guess, crayfish, all kinds of insects. I brought rock and sand in. Um, it was really my first attempt. I think I was about 8 years old. My first attempt at keeping wild stuff alive in a little tank. Did not have a filter or light, nothing. Just threw them in there, and they, as I recall, they lasted all summer. I mean, I don't think the tank rotted out, but it was great, great fun. Oh, Alice. Well, Alice, I'll tell you, I do it. Hey, guys, how are you? I sold the big tank. I sure did. Nice to see you guys. Um, I do these animals to place them in people's homes. Now, there are some rare exceptions. Tom, of course, is an exception, my cat. I would never sell him or give him away. He's a member of the family, but everybody else comes into my care. And I try to find good homes for them. even the babies that are born here, even the baby birds that are born here. Um, it's just a mentality I have about wanting to be able to share these animals and not keep them, but have a constant turnover. So I get to meet a lot more. I get to do a lot more, and I get to share a lot more, and then talk with people as they're doing it. So that's my story. Kayla, are you saying coral and so forth substrate marine tank? Gobies and crabs that they do. Um, yeah, Kayla, that has no negative effect at all on the substrate. Your substrate needs to be at least 3 inches deep. They don't go that deep by and large. They go an inch, tops 2 inches typically, um, in a marine tank. And it does help to, it's like earthworms in a garden. It keeps it turned over, keeps the sand rich and healthy. Tommy Denta pressed enter too early. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, got it. Got it. Goldfish seems to have carp pox or koi pox. Well, here's one for Amanda. She's probably gone. Have a goldfish seems to have carp pox or koi pox. Well, the first thing to do is isolate him. Get him in a tank by himself. Add a little salt. See if it clears up. By a little salt, I mean a little salt, not a lot of salt. A little salt, like a tablespoon in 10 gallons, kind of a little bit. Tommy's talking about the book. Talks about keeping insects and mussels to clean the water. You betcha. Um, Don Gallagher, gonna dirt a tank at a disadvantage to use finer gravel. I'll tell you my frank advice, Don, and I like the fine gravel. I think it's attractive. Um, what I do with it is I use it as a top for sand. I would put at least an inch of sand in and then put that finer gravel on top of the sand. You almost have to have sand unless you want to have a 6 inch deep substrate on top of whatever your enriched substrate is. The issue is to keep water from flowing through it at a flow through rate so that the water goes through it at the rate that the animals living in it are pulling it through, rather than at the rate that the flow of water in the tank is driving it through, if that makes sense to you. Is he safe to go back to a community tank after it goes away? Sure, I would say so. Give it a shot. Um, but yeah, if you get it cleared up, you could certainly put him back. Alice says, is Tommy the Norwegian you were talking about? Yes, he is, Alice. And he's just been, this work he's doing on this book is just really fascinating and interesting. I'm frankly very, very excited about it. Uh, I, one of the things I really need to do, and I'm getting close to it, is more saltwater stuff. And part of the reason I haven't is because the battle I'm fighting with freshwater is magnified with saltwater. I think to do it effectively, I'm going to have to go visit my friend Brian, who maintains about 3,000 gallons of saltwater, all natural, and is growing an amazing variety of corals. We'll just have to get into his farm and and show you how this is done on a grand scale, and maybe that will help to kind of push the conversation over the edge. He's a deep substrate guy. Um, he's 6 inches of substrate in his 400 gallon tanks. Cole dealing with bacterial bloom, finished ick treatment, kind of cloudy water. Doesn't bother him as long as it's natural. We'll let the process do its thing. Generally, a good idea. After treating with ick, depending on what you used, um, I would start doing water changes. No more than 10%. Unless you've got well water and your fish are on well water, you really should not do more than 10% at a crack. You can do it every day. Just don't do it more than once a day or once every other day. Big Eyes is here. Hello, Big Eyes. What else? I think I'm to the bottom. Down the wormhole just popped in. Hello, and how are you? Nice to see you. Did I miss Cole? There's Cole. Cole G. Hello, Cole. Oh, he's talking about the bacteria. I did talk to you. Yes. Okay. Is there anything I have missed? We're what time is it? Yeah, we're running over. Is there anything I've missed that anyone would like me to respond to before we click off? Do you know of any internal parasite treatments that are not something in a fish store? In Canada, all internal worm meds are illegal now to buy off the counter. I know they are. Oh dear, it's really tough. Um, Try garlic, and you can do it pretty strong. Mix it in with the food so the fish gets it in their gut. Garlic is a good tonic, and if it's strong enough, it'll drive the worms right out. See if that works. If it's another kind of parasite, it's another issue. But a gut parasite, generally, garlic is going to work against it pretty well, and it's easy to use. Even the stem plants do well in dirted sand cap tanks without ferts. Yeah, and point of fact, Lumpy Dog, you don't need ferts if you've got a dirted sand cap tank because the natural waste is broken down into ferts in that substrate. So it there's no need to fertilize.
We're gonna get some stuff.
Okay, I'll be a couple of minutes. I'm just signing off here. What are some substrate mix on Get Gills, Scott Becker? When do you expect to ship it? I should be able to ship this week. James Rutherford, best food for a monitor lizard. Huh, mice. I don't know. I don't much like them. I do them. I don't much like them. Garlic in the food is always a good idea. Nature Aquariums. Thanks, Dad. You're welcome, son. Good to be with you guys. And thank you so much for coming by and sharing the hour. It'll get better before it gets worse. It will get better. Uh, yes, this is the last day of Valentine's Day week. I'm sorry to say that to you, Alice, but you will remain my Valentine throughout the year. You and Precious, and a few other sweet ladies in the fish fam. Thank you all very much. Nice to be with you. I'll see you midweek. I probably am going to go on evenings because I won't have the interference problem until we can get this worked out. So look for me maybe next Wednesday evening around 7 o'clock or so. Bye for now. Father Fish saying, keep your fish healthy and happy. Put them over 4 inches of deep substrate. They'll be happy and they'll love you for it. Bye all.